Today's the day to go out on the airship. I'd better go and check it out.
Please keep your hands and feet inside the imaginary, real vehicle.
To your left, you'll see the fabulous Porsche Tunnel, a joint effort, several leagues through solid rock that connect us to our water-shipping neighbors.
To your right, the fabulous Katori World! Happiest place in the Free Cities! But don't take my word for it. Take the whole family for a ride on the world-famous Coaster World!
Oh, apologies for the turbulence, but what you're feeling now is only a fraction of the wind that we used to get before. Ahem. With that, allow me to direct your attention towards...
Outback Forest! And everything else! Over there's all the trees that we planted. With people like my mom, and the builder, and Mr. Zeke, and Neon, and Nia!
We've got one more trick up our sleeve, as it were. This airship is equipped with environment-maintaining technology. Incredible. Coming up now on the last stop of the tour. What you see before you is Martel's Oasis, restored to its former glory through the monumentous efforts of our wonderful townsfolk. Indeed, what you see before you is the jewel of the Eufaula. Ah, this concludes the tour. Now, everyone...
Alright. You know what? Let's pause this here. Oh, I cannot quick save. Then I guess we won't be pausing it here. We'll go on a tea break after.
Boy, you all weren't kidding. I mean, you get this kind of view from the top of the tall sky elevator, but I must say, we lack the horizontal movement.
Whew! Thanks for carrying the team on this one. Wade was supposed to be here, but he said he was worried about getting airsick. Yes, I was only allowed to come on the maiden voyage because of nepotism. I don't care. Whee!
I mean, I wouldn't care either, Jasmine.
Feels like home, eh? We're high in the air, and there's a lot of wind.
I can see my house from here. Or at least, that's what I would say if not for those darn mountains. Ah well, that's what tunnels are for. Am I right?
Having overseen the construction of a few airships myself, I must say, this one seems a bit different. Ah, I see. It's partly Duvos' design. I'll have to examine the diagram closely to fully grasp its intricacies.
Hi, good.
Greetings, mon ami. Yes, of course I snuck aboard. The allure of the skies. She was too great. If anyone knows, I am the winner.
Alright.
Standing atop a ship like this with no intention of riding it into battle, it's a soothing feeling.
The technology you use here is very much ahead of the curve. Perhaps we should have gotten along with Chi.
Even though our city is known for its culture, sometimes I wish we also have the technical capabilities that you guys have.
We might have to commission one of these from you and your fantastic commerce guild.
This airship is of top quality. If the Alliance can muster 10, no, 5 of them, we'll never worry about Duvos again.
Hey, better not talk to me while I'm flying this thing. Never know when a giant duck might come out of nowhere and cut me off.
Have you been talking to Cooper, Justice? Alright, we talked to everyone. Let's get the ending cutscene.
Well, how do you feel?
Accomplished.
Oh, yes. Me too. We've accomplished so much. But while this may be the end of our journey, it's still only the beginning for Sandrock.
If it loads up properly.
It's been a long road. Sometimes, when I look at old photographs, I hardly recognize myself. To think that flawed person changed to be the one standing here with you now. Sometimes things looked bleak, really bleak. But we had each other, and new friends we made along the way. We pushed through. We never gave up, no matter how bad it looked. And through it all, we were able to create a better world for our children. So, what's next for us? I really can't say. But what I do know is that we have earned our destiny. Every day here, every day belongs to us. Life goes on here because of what we did, because of all of us. I know we made a difference. I still feel the weight that comes from everything down there. But it's different now. I feel a kind of safety under that weight. Maybe it's because I know we can carry it now.
When I saw this in the early access, it brought a tear to my eye, and it did so again. The voice actor for Trudy really, it was very well voice acted. Even with the music and just the scenes that it showed, really does wrap everything up really nicely. Alright, Starry's time in Sandrock, day 24 of autumn of year 2. Dear Starry, it's been 163 days since you got off the train from Highwind and began your adventure in Sandrock. At that time, Mian and President Yan came to welcome you, the latter of which didn't give up the best of first impressions. You and Mian then registered your workshops. You heard whispers that Sandrock was a dying town, but you wouldn't have guessed it by the faces of the diligent townsfolk, bright with hope. In no time at all, you had plenty of new acquaintances who would soon become friends. When you first set foot in Sandrock, Mayor Trudy was off in the desert, experimenting with desert planting. The town you arrived at was a bit disorganized. Yan had allowed a backlog of commissions to accumulate, the most important of which was the crane lift meant for Rocky and his crew. You built your full salvage crane lift on the first day of summer of the first year. Before long, you learned about the infamous Logan gang as they forcibly boarded a train. Their motivations then were all a mystery. The other dangers of Sandrock became apparent quickly, too. A once peaceful group of lizard folk, the Geeglers, became hostile and emboldened, launching numerous attacks against Sandrock which you repelled, ultimately resulting in the destruction of the Shona's Bridge, and the literal fall of the Geegler president via his own hubris. The greenhouse was defended on the 14th day of summer, and we took Gecko Station on the 21st of that month. Rebuilding the bridge was no simple task. It took all of Sandrock coming together to make it happen. Director Chi was pleasantly surprised when the person sent to inspect the bridge turned out to be none other than his childhood friend, Hint. The bridge was repaired on the 24th of summer. With the bridge restored, everyone breathed a sigh of relief, but the calm was quickly shattered by a brazen attack on the water tower. Fleeing the scene, he came face to face with Logan for the first time. Town was shocked to think that he might have done this. Unwavered, Elsie sought your help in investigating Logan's abandoned home in hope of finding something to explain his behavior, and perhaps even prove his innocence. Which we investigated the house on the 11th of autumn, and and we repaired the tower the day after. In the midst of this turmoil, you started to learn the history of Sandrock and what the citizens really hoped for in the future. Zeke taught you about the straw grid and how to plant crops in Sandrock to start doing your part towards greenifying the city. When Trudy returned, there was some debate as to whether it was even possible to restore Myrtle's oasis to its original form. But ultimately, you persevered and proved to all the naysayers there was hope. Little Woods was completed on the 25th of autumn. As Sandrock began to pick itself up, bandit attacks intensified. Logan kidnapped Matilda at the opening ceremony of the Little Wood. He rescued her unharmed, but Miguel was furious and called for a bounty hunter to track Logan down. This led to you meeting an imposter who turned out to be a friend. Andy was debearded on the 10th of winter, and the true bounty hunter arrived 3 days after. Sandrock's success in planting the Little Wood, as well as the excellent handling of crisis after crisis, piqued the interest of world-famous business mogul Musa, who soon paid a visit. The welcoming party did not go as expected. Luckily, Mort persuaded Musa to give the town one more chance to show its worth investing in. Just as he did, however, another eco-crisis reared its head. The strange green ooze was causing pollution from the inside of the Valley of Whispers, caused by the Rat Queen's crazed search for her daughter. Some citizens, like Rian and Dabney, even wanted to leave, but we cleansed it on the 23rd of winter. Seeing the Sandrocker's spirit firsthand, Musa's interest in the town was renewed, and he pulled the trigger on the Road to Portia initiative, a plan he worked on with Heidi, Chi, Albert, and Mint, among others. And the first phase of the tunnel was completed on the 5th of spring of year 2. Despite going quiet for some time, Broco, the kid, managed to find clues that, in a roundabout way, led you all to Logan's hideout. In the end, it was you alone who made it into the bandits' den. From here, the conspiracy surrounding Sandrock began to unravel. We investigated the church on the 9th of spring. Suddenly, it all came to a head when Logan pulled down the statue of Peach in front of everyone at Haru's trial. It turned out that Miguel and Penn were Duval's agents sent to dry up Sandrock. You exposed them, but they didn't go down without a fight. Our saboteurs behind bars all seemed to be well in Sandrock again. Logan and Haru rejoined the town. Grace was preparing to complete her mission. But it was then we discovered the true meaning behind the water conspiracy. Duvos was planning to attack Sandrock. The signal triangulator was built on the 15th of spring, and the day after we built the air cannon, and the day after that we defended Sandrock. Just when the Sandrockers thought they'd clutched victory from the jaws of defeat, one final Duvos operative revealed herself, Matilda, that snake! Pulling the plug on your defenses, Duvos was able to swoop in and occupy Sandrock. It was up to you and the citizens of Sandrock to unfasten their sinister hold on your town. Sandrock was liberated on the 17th of spring. With Sandrock back under your control, the decision had to be made, whether to stay and wait for Alliance support or investigate the Duvos' presence in the north. Heroically, you and your friends rode Daisy the Duck headfirst into battle. And the battle was on the 18th of spring, where we battled Penn, not just Logan. And Matilda was sent to the moon. With Duvos out of the way, there was nothing stopping you and your friends from making Sandrock into the beautiful oasis Martel always believed it could be. Step by step, her dream became a reality. Road to Portia was completed on the 5th of summer, a whole year after we started the game. With his days of banditry behind him, Logan turned himself in, asking to be held to the full account of the law. Nevertheless, it was impossible to ignore the role he played in saving Sandrock, so he was given a lenient sentence, and before long, would once again call himself a Sandrocker. But Tian behind bars, someone had to take up his mantle. Who would have thought it would be his not evil but good twin brother, Wei, who had previously been taught lost in the peripheries. Soon after, former nemesis of Sandrock, Larry the Geekler President, was found broken. For the compassion of yours and others, he became a friend and a member of Sandrock. With Sandrock becoming livable and more families moving in, Mayor Trudy thought it right to start investing in education. Ian thought so too, and donated most of her back pay stolen by Yan to the project. Next, Trudy set her sights back towards greenification. The school was built on the 11th of summer, and the second round of desert planning was done that same day. Unfortunately, the portion water and Zeke's current know-how weren't enough. They called in an expert from Highwind to consult, and to your surprise, along with him came your old friend Mia. With Professor Lowe's knowledge and Chi's discoveries up north, you were able to progress technology and build a pipeline, bringing even more water to the oasis. Completed on the 22nd of summer. Sandrock Greenification Project was completed on the 24th, and the new Sandrock was complete on the 12th of autumn. Tori was finally able to manifest her own dream, the dream of creating an amusement park in Sandrock. Tori World now brings people from all over the world to enjoy her park and Sandrock culture, which we completed on the 4th of autumn. All your great successes earned the attention of the Free Cities, and Sandrock was selected to be the host of the Quinquennial Alliance Summit in addition to a grant to build a high-tech airship. After the summit, all the representatives were able to see all of your accomplishments and the beauty of the newly rejuvenated oasis riding comfortably on your airship, proving once and for all, Bartle's Oasis, the jewel of the Eufaula, had finally returned. Your great adventure was also decorated with the rewards of daily life. You took commissions of the board at the guild and personally from friends who needed your help. Every contribution you made to town, big and small, made a difference in at least one person's life. Your work in the Commerce Guild was nothing short of legendary. The number you put up for the guild left builders across the land in awe. You will forever be remembered as a standard that all builders strive to reach. Total commissions completed 628. Some weekends you went in to do a bit of extra work by inspecting other builders' items. They always appreciated having a pair of expert eyes on their work in order to help them improve. Number of inspections, 156. Sometimes life got in the way and you had to complete commissions a bit late, one time to be exact, but everyone understood that the volatile Sandrock schedule could lead to delays. As your commissions became more demanding, you began to rely more on Eufaula Salvage and your mole friends to help you get the materials you needed. By working together, you all were able to make Sandrock a better place. You commissioned them for materials 2 times. No matter how busy you got, you never had trouble keeping the balance. A good night's sleep is the best skincare routine there is. As such, it was quite rare to see you with panda eyes. All the huge commissions you took on from the town usually put you in contention for Workshop of the Year, but it was always just out of your grasp. The other builders really pulled their weight. What do you mean out of my grasp? I got Workshop of the Year! Money doesn't buy happiness, but it does buy upgrades for your house. All in all, you earned 1,738,723 goals, and you know that sometimes you have to spend money to make money. You spend 1,394,915 of it. The desert is a very thirsty place. You collected 5,256 dew either in your workshop or out in the desert. You bought 900 units of water from Burgess at the water tower, and you used a total of 25,987 units of water in your machines. When it came to your social life, beyond your contributions to your town as a professional, your presence in Sandrock was irreplaceable. You personally touched the lives of almost everyone and are surely to be remembered as one of the most beloved members of the town in history. Look at all our BFFs. As the days turned into months, you also tried to find time to participate in the local festivals. I did grab gifts in the Day of the Bright Sun. I caught the most ghosts in the Chase of Memories twice, and I won the Running of the Yakima one time. I cooked 56 dishes at the winter solstice. I did serve everyone at the dance-off 12 times, and I crossed the finish line first in the sand running races 5 times. And yeah, this I give the game. I did not defeat competition in the showdown in high noon because I did not register for it. You're a real party lover and enjoy the company of friends at home. You often prepare lots of delicious food. Everyone loves going to your house and leaves with a full belly and a full heart. In total, you hosted 15 parties. For some, time spent in Sandrock was a time of romance. And many would have found it hard to choose who that special someone might be, but you realized that you only had eyes for one person and made sure to make them yours. Your favorite place to go on dates was Whack-A-Mole, where you shared many happy memories. You shared 11 hugs and 11 kisses along the way. You gave 1,440 gifts. You went out with friends or on dates 6 times. I went out on dates more than that. 9 times you were feeling romantic and you just had to say so to the person you were speaking to. Nevertheless, your pointed memory for dates, times, and schedules allowed you to keep up the pretenses of being in love with just the one. No one ever saw through your veil of treachery, because I never cheated. You're caught cheating 0 times. Yeah, I've only had one partner at a time. Day 19 of the 3rd month, so autumn of the 2nd year, we got married. And marriage was only the beginning of your happily ever after. There were also quite a few domesticated animals living in and around Sandrock. Despite his initial difficulty fitting in, you helped Banjo to find a loving home and even cured him of his condition. A quiet cat, cute with a bit of a mean streak, you adopted him and taught him that violence is not always the answer. When Nemo lacked in brains, he made up for being adorable, still better behaved than Banjo while being twice as excited about everything you ever did. Healthy's it ended up not being so much of a menace and more of a faithful friend. Since your arrival, you cut down 13 trees. By knowing how important trees are to protecting the plant life and stopping sandstorms, you cut down 3 of them anyway. But all's well that ends well, right? Perhaps best not to mention this little detail to people. Burgess, for example, is probably better off not knowing. The ruins around Sandrock are many and vast, as you yourself can attest to. You set foot in nearly every floor of every ruin known to exist in the area. Overall, you ended up paying the Civil Corps 6,700 gold for their management and maintenance to spend time in abandoned ruins. But with all the valuable materials you found, you earned back that money 1,000 times over. Whilst adventuring, you encountered and defeated 660 rare monsters. They provided you with unusual materials, and in dispatching them, you made the town a safer place as well. Altogether, you dove into hazardous ruins 27 times, earning the admiration of the Civil Corps, but somewhat worrying your friends and family. Other times, though, you needed to ask for backup from your fellow Civil Corpsmen. They were happy to help you out while you focused on other more important things. You commissioned the Civil Corps 24 times in total, showing great combat prowess. You defeated 3,072 monsters on your way to victory. Down in the ruins, you found countless data disks left over from the old world. Partnering with Chi at the research center, you managed to create 493 machines to add to your workshop lineup. Also, while diving, you found all sorts of relic fragments. Of the 57 types you encountered, you managed to restore 233 of them. How? How was I able to restore more than I encountered? Currently, there are 2. I guess I did it so many times. Like, some of them I did it twice, 3 times, or 4 times, but still. It's like, there are 57, but you restored 233. Currently, there are 252 exhibits on display at Katori's museum. Most of which were donated by you. Thanks to you, many people have been able to learn more about the old world and cherish the new one we all live in. When you came to Sandrock, you could hardly fry an egg, but in time your skills rivaled even the top chefs of the Free Cities. Still, you were never too big to stop in at the Blue Moon from time to time. I learned to cook 0 unique dishes. I ate at the Blue Moon 39 times, finding beauty all around you. Sometimes you couldn't help but snap a photo. You took 5 photographs in Sandrock. Sometimes you needed some downtime at the Golden Goose. Played games at the game center 52 times. Between the many ups and downs of your adventure, it was always nice to take a break and drop a line in a quicksand pool. You got 957 fish in total. You even managed to catch the most elusive type of fish, the kingfish, 5 times in fact. Once you had a stable, you sought out a mount to serve as your faithful steed. You purchased 2 mounts and rode them with great style. Embracing the lifestyle of the Sandrock rancher, you raised animals with love and care. 5 floppies for Yakimo. What about the chicken? Many people came into your life when you moved to Sandrock, and some of them are much better off for having met you. Trudy finally became the mayor you always knew she could be. With careful counsel from friends and experts, she confidently leads Sandrock into its age of gold. All she needed was people like you to believe in her. Cooper and Hugo have written many songs based on the events of your life, though they tend to be awfully squirrely about admitting it. Tensions between Cooper and his daughter have been resolved thanks to your assistance. They always loved each other, but now they're better at expressing that and communicating with one another. Mabel approves of the new dynamic and spends less time stressing and more time providing delectables to the other citizens of Sandrock. The world was made a better place with the apprehension of the violent criminal Penn and the shameless schemer Yan. Matilda, or whatever her real name is, she now has a lot of time to think about what she's done. Hopefully she can still see from space Sandrock getting greener by the day. The old builder Mason read about you in the news and breathed a sigh of relief, glad it was all over. Who knows, however, if his past will ever catch up to him. Burgess stepped up and became the minister of the Sandrock Church of the Life, but only because the people of Sandrock gave him the confidence to do so. Justice and Unsure made a name for the Sandrock Civil Corps because of you, and not just for drawing photorealistic and other wanted posters. Once Sandrock became a safer place to live, it made sense to start building a school. Without that, Jane would have never found her new home in Sandrock. Owen still sits quietly behind the bar at the Blue Moon Saloon, but now he has more stories than ever to tell. Rocky and his wife Crystal have now been extremely justified in being the last salvage company to hold out in Sandrock's slump. With the newly found starship ruins, they'll likely be digging up relics. They'll move them to a bigger house before long. Katori found success by building her businesses and finally her theme park. Her drive to prove herself separated her from her family, but in the end she was able to reunite and reconnect with her son, who was very proud of his mother. Miguel fell down into a rabbit hole of dangerous philosophy, which led him to act in ways many would find hard to forgive. Nevertheless, he persevered and helped him understand that even someone such as himself deserved a second chance. Ian and Danby finally gained the security they needed to start their family in newer, greener Sandrock. Playing some small part in your adventure helped bring them closer together than ever before. Unsure had his own hopes and dreams of becoming deputy of Sandrock, which he did. Having reached the same rank as deputy captain, their bond has grown stronger as well. People often forget about Venti. Despite her being lively, outgoing, and positive, she somehow managed to fade into the background. Not to you, though. Even when Venti was caked in grime, you made her feel valuable. As chief consultant for Pablo's fashion show, you ensured that it would go off without a hitch, as well as attract quite a crowd. The show really made the jewel of the Eupola shine and prove that Sandrock isn't just a passing fad. Long talks with Heidi helped her figure out what exactly she wanted to do with her life, and with that little added boost of confidence, she was able to convince her master Vernon that perhaps there was more to life than just being avant-garde. Mysterious Dr. Fang came out of his shell and learned that sometimes a stranger is just a friend you haven't met. He handles things in his clinic much more effectively, and X the Raven now has plenty of time for Coco. Between cram sessions, Haru often thinks of you, Logan, and Andy. This semester, he was at the top of his class, which has earned him a hefty scholarship for next year. Logan sleeps with both eyes closed at night, his name cleared, and his debts to society paid. He served as a role model for young Andy, who will surely go on to do great things with all the support he's received as a member of your community. Grace had the highlight of her career with your help. Some adventures are too great even for super spies, so she decided to come back to Sandrock to retire. Be the cook she always pretended to be. At least, for a while. You, Mia, and Nia have become Zeke's angels of sorts, taking over many of the moisture farm duties and helping him push greenification knowledge even further. But Mia always over there, sometimes you forget how many builders came to Sandrock in the first place all that time ago. Director Chief finally found the Olympia, though not exactly in the way he had hypothesized. With all the technology you helped him find, he has now begun to look into the concept of a virtual reality. Usa, the man moving and shaking things behind the scenes, saw the potential of Sandrock, and he's now continuing to invest in establishments all around the Eupola. He next sets his sight on the northern edges of the Alliance. Because of you, life in Sandrock goes on, renewed with hope and ideals. Tender seeds broke through hard soil and found new life above the surface. Sandstorms all but gone, nourishing rain falls more than it ever has. No, it hasn't. We've only had rain the one time, and it was story-driven. And sometimes beyond the clouds. If you look closely, you can see Martel looking down on the new oasis. With a smile.
The rooms need to be kept clean. Hey, babe. Things have been going really well over at my drink stand. A lot of customers. Nevertheless, I'm still thinking of ways to improve. Something I always liked about some of my old spots in Atara is a lot of the cool places had their own secret menu. Something only the regulars knew about. I could even start naming drinks after some of my favorites who come through. What do you think? Sound enticing at all? Who or what should I put on the menu?
How will people know how to order?
They don't have to know it. For example, if a regular says, "Today's a good day," then I'll prepare a beautiful weekend for them. If they say, "I'm flunking school," I'll make them the "Just defended my postgraduate thesis smoothie." Official names still pending. As for learning the codes, I'll encrypt them into the old menu. Or maybe, I don't know. If you know, you know. You know? In the meantime, can't make any new drinks without raw ingredients. I've got a bit going on at the saloon. Would you mind picking up a few things for me if you're going to be out and about?
No problem.
Thanks. Here's a list. And take your time. Be careful out there, too. Love you.
I mean, you could just pick them out of my
babe.
chests.
Looks like you got everything on the list. Why don't you give me a bit of time to test these new ideas of mine out? Then I'll let you taste all the best ones.
Also, why are you calling us babe, Grace? We are your souffle.
Time
not your
for
babe.
some morning exercise. Want to give it a try? So long, partner. Just did some housekeeping.
Memory. Oh, you could just go through this whenever you want. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna go through that again. I already read it for a billion times. We will put that one though. Oh, I'm not gonna wait until the child grows up. Sorry, I'm so jealous. When am I going to get married? Well, when I can, I'll come and send my love in person. What do you mean? Send your love in person? You're here. You live here. You have a business here. We got 2 days of scrap to go through, seems like. Get commissions. Cantaloupes. Bogabacia. Tea leaves, always. And acacia wood planks for Cooper. This will do. Boots go there, and the skirt goes there too. Hey, Cooper.
So... yes? Matt Trudy, what's going on here? I'm confused.
Rest assured, Mayor Gale. I think our good doctor is still giving it some thought. Any ideas, Doctor?
Possibly. Yes.
Oh.
Sensitive to sunlight, weakness, fevers, delicate skin, sometimes collapses and comas. Condition stabilized by cactus juice.
Yes, exactly.
I can try a cure.
Really? No kidding.
Yes,
That's wonderful news, Mayor Gale.
but she needs to come in herself.
Oh, that'd be hard, but I'll arrange it. Thank you, Doctor. A try is all we ever hope for. I'll let them know at once. May I use your telegraph, Mayor Trudy?
Oh, mate. Will we be seeing Ginger?
Of course. This way, please.
Yes, that's a patient's family. This patient will come in a bit. Not easy to treat. Worry not. I'll be prepared.
And now you will, Fang. And this will help you.
A patient is coming in.
Oh.
Her illness is rare.
The foggy patient will help. Sure. We might see Ginger. Hey, Pablo. I have your tea leaves.
Impressive. Thanks.
We never leave anyone without any tea. From where does adoption occur? Maybe City Hall? And Push, I think it was from the Church of the Light that you adopted. Ah, yeah, that would do it. We're still not full devotion. We're just true love. I'll need to pull that up. haven't been married that long and I'm not giving her gifts. Hey, Zeke.
Oh.
Alright, we can go on a date with Grace this evening, but first, let's do another ruin run. So then in the evening we can do the, what's it called? The observatory. Alright, first boss. I'm not even sure where I am. Alright, took a while. Alright, boss fight. Two VPs. Doesn't have a lot of health, so this should be easy. God. The easiest victory ever. Getting 2 VPs towards the end is the best. 8 minutes and 8.5 minutes to spare. Alright, we got 600, so we can buy the hat. We need another 200 tokens to get the boots. So one more run should do it. But that was the easiest final boss fight we've ever had to fight. I do also appreciate the fact that we leveled up. Yeah, 10 might be the highest it goes. Let's put that on. Now we just need the boots. Oh, Grace, were you in the factory?
I'm leaving this up to you.
Oh, let's take Ramla. Luna's still here.
Let me just say, my show in Sandrock was absolute perfection. From the stage to my execution, flawless. Anyone out there expecting me to forget lyrics again? Think again. Luna's got it all under control.
Oh, Pa is still
Nice
here.
to be a customer here for once.
Yeah, eat.
Relax.
Fine.
You're a guest.
Got pepper fish head. I need milk chestnut. Let's get 2 drinks.
Sometimes I feel like
And why don't I ask about their favorite thing?
for now, I'm tracking down anything that can help me out with this cooking job. I feel very fortunate to be studying under Owen. Whenever I make a mistake, he points it out and helps me without ever getting heated.
Look at you. All grown up, dependable. I couldn't be more proud.
Thanks, Pa. I've checked out... Oh! There we go. It's not loaded in yet. Get another flower pot. Is the museum still open or is it until 6? I always forget what time it closes.
Hello. This gift is great. Thank you.
We now have her full devotion.
I hope we can see some constellations.
Alright, heron. Flying fish. Don't get this one very often. This one? Actually, the first time we got this constellation in the save file.
I had loads. I hope we can see some constellations.
The drinking gourd. It's not that one. Not that one either. We are getting some rarer asks with this one. There it is. Room. And soaring eagle.
I had loads.
Gale is here.
This gift is great. You remind me of the guys who used to pass me notes back in Atara. They were like grade schoolers. But when you say it, it's much more genuine.
Is it? You compared me to grade schoolers.
My service to the... See ya!
Both Merle and Ramla are here because I didn't tell Merle to stop following and stay at the table. I'll be going through days faster now than when I was doing the main story.
Time for some morning exercise. Howdy! I've really warmed. So long, partner. What's your plan for today? Want to take a day out?
Hey, a couple of letters. Dear Starry, thank you for all your hard work with the Civil Corps. We have prepared something for you. Stop by the office as soon as you get this letter. Justice. Starry, it appears my time has come. Trudy informed me I have 1 week until I am taken to Atara. I have appreciated your company and would like to have a final conversation before I face my fate. Thank you for your time, Miguel. No news, go outside, have a Santi. Hey, it's me, Jasmine again. After all the important people left, I guess there's not much news to report, but that won't stop me from getting on the typewriter anyway. Well, everybody, just because there are no crazy big adventures going on right now doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Now we can relax, maybe even get to know each other better. Maybe you can make friends with someone you never thought possible. And, well, this is Sandrock, so you pretty much know something crazy is going to happen pretty soon. So just enjoy the peace and quiet. Reported by Jasmine. Industrial machine stroke. Magnets. Need stuffed mushrooms. Titanium, aluminum plates. I need more soy sauce. And I also need you to assemble that for me. Hi, Rocky.
How you doing?
Abel.
Thank you.
I need to think about it.
It's a celebration of love. It would be wonderful to have a strong single woman who is dedicated to her career to join.
Yeah, Amira's the best.
I told her that already. There's an upcoming exhibition in Walnut Grove, and we just can't go without her entry.
What happens if you're married to Amira at this point? She wouldn't be a single woman dedicated to her career.
Walnut
She'd be a married
Grove is
woman dedicated to her
hosting
career.
a ceramics exhibition to the theme of love. Amira Ceramics have made quite a name for themselves, so I was inviting her to contribute some creations since I was in the neighborhood. She said she would like to think about it some more.
That sounds great.
I don't know. I've never done anything like this before. I'm not particularly competitive, and it's such a short time. I don't want to sacrifice my other orders.
I understand. Busy people. Well, the exhibition is a season from now, so you have time. Be sure to join in. Any later, and you'll miss it, I'm afraid. But I would just love to see your work there. I understand that art takes time, but I know you can do this. You have something special, Amira. Help me show the world.
Thank you for your faith in me. I will try. If I manage to finish within the deadline, I will send it over.
Good. Then I shall eagerly await your work.
I'd say you... Catch you later.
Let's try going up to the temple again. We do now have full devotion. I don't know if we need to have that conversation though, if it needs to pop up. Might need to have a conversation. And I don't know if that is random. I'm trying to remember in Portia how it was. I think it's random sometimes. Not sure if I can trigger adoption. We are maxed out friendship now. Or romance, not just friendship.
Light teaches us to forgive. If we can't grow, then who are we as a people?
You have been sounding more like a minister every day, Burgess. Sandrock is lucky to have someone as pure as you.
Well, as much as you deny it, I know you were always preaching from the heart.
I was preaching what I believed. But even then, in my pursuit of my ideal, I ended up precipitating the very thing I was trying to prevent. I wronged you, Burgess. I led you astray. Took advantage of you.
That's in the past now, Miguel. Besides, I wouldn't be who I am today if it weren't for you. for better or for worse. I can't regret the past. We can only look forward into the future.
Well, let me impart one last bit of wisdom to you. Sometimes, even when you're so very, very sure, you still need to reflect and ask the tough questions. I have given this much thought while I have been in here. And even though I clung so hard to my ideal of an orderly world, what right did I have to force it on anyone else? That makes me no better than the fools who caused the day of calamity.
It does mean that we probably have another stream of Sandrock just to see what side quests pop up after the post game and get the adoption in and get the child in. So maybe one more stream of Sandrock.
You okay? I'm glad to see you. Burgess was giving me one last sermon.
I've seen Miguel's growth. He's not the man he used to be. He's seen the error of his ways. But now they still want to lock him up forever.
I told you, Burgess. I seek not forgiveness. I have to face what I have done. Don't shed a tear for me. I will be fine.
If I pour out your water because you poured out my water, then no one has any water to drink. I can see how much you've changed. If we let you just rot in a box, then who are we?
I agree. I think Miguel's changed.
See? Everyone makes mistakes, Miguel. Your way was flawed, but you still had our best interest at heart. Your past and some Duvos lies just led you to make some rash decisions.
No, you have both been a sliver of light in my incarceration. I am glad I have you both with me in my final moments before leaving to meet my...
This isn't right.
This is as it shall be. Acceptance of one's wrongs does not free one from guilt. And Burgess, don't be a hypocrite. You yourself always stood for upholding the rules. Don't make the exception for me. Thank you, truly, for being here with me.
We have to do something. We can't let him go like this. Yes, I'm a stickler for the rules, but maybe I'm not completely right.
Let's talk to Trudy.
I knew you'd agree with me. We can't just let him suffer. He's a victim in this too. He needs a second chance to right his wrongs, or a good man will go to waste. Forever.
Well, I'm not sure he's a good man. He's a complicated man. Flawed, but, you know, he was just following his own principles. However, if he's stuck away in a slammer somewhere, he can never make up for what happened to Sandrock. I won't say the same for Penn, because Penn Penn does not think he did anything wrong, and if he was forced to do community service, he would just lay waste to Sandrock again. But Miguel, he wants to repent.
So, shall we go and talk to Trudy?
Let's go. Oh, and there's something else inside as well.
Hey, you're here. We've got a surprise for you today. I've invited Trudy to award you a medal. All your service at the Civil Corps qualifies you for our highest honors. So, on behalf of the Sandrock Civil Corps and our whole town, we're here to give it to you. Mayor Trudy?
Thank you, Justice. Since you came to Sandrock, the Civil Corps has been much more efficient in just about every department. I just wanted you to know that your service hasn't gone unnoticed. This is to thank you for all your hard work and diligence in protecting the town of Sandrock. You stepped up. No one made you do it. You volunteered. This medal is a symbol of all our gratitude for everything you've done as an outstanding member of the Civil Corps. I present to you the Civil Corps Medal of Honor.
Is this a made-up thing? Just for us?
Congratulations.
Almost as cool as a deputy hat.
Finish your speed, thank the Civil Corps, thank the fans, thank Captain, thank Trudy, thank your parents, thank the light, say you'd rather be deputy. I'll take the Civil Corps.
No need to thank us. You're the star here.
If the Civil Corps didn't exist, the builder wouldn't be getting this medal. So we deserve some credit for existing.
Yeah, I guess that is technically true.
Captain agrees.
I'll take Captain.
Yeah, I think Captain was the first to put your name on the ballot.
Thank you, Captain.
You're right. It was me.
Oh, I see. Thank Trudy.
Oh, well, you're welcome. I'm really just here as a formality, but as soon as I heard the news, I was more than happy to do it.
It's not a real medal unless a city official is here to witness the ceremony and notarize the papers afterwards.
Seems like it'd be a real medal the moment it came out of its metal casting. Or maybe the moment we thought you deserved it. Why would it be the moment that we have someone sign a piece of paper? Dang, everything is so arbitrary.
We'll finish the speech.
I hope everyone can follow your example.
All right, that's a wrap, everyone. Let's all get back to doing what we do best.
Thank you, all of you brave members of the Civil Corps.
Thank you for a medal. Defense point 31. Oh, but that's crit chance. And the protector. I mean, yes, it's from Penn, but that's defense point 35, so I'll keep that one. It's the only good thing Penn ever gave us. Doesn't make up for the trauma of having romance with the guy.
Hello, Burgess. How can I help you?
Mayor, we're here to request you stop the transfer of Miguel to Atara. He's changed.
Changed?
I wanted to say he was tricked by Duvos, manipulated by Matilda, and he was. But no, he's just very sad nowadays. He wanted something that's not his to decide. And now that he's acknowledged the destruction he's left behind, he's broken.
Go on.
He's not innocent, but he's also not a bad man. He was a victim of circumstances.
Did he ask you to come here?
No, he told us he wants to face his crimes. I just think it's not right.
Burgess, you...
Mayor Trudy, I implore you, let Miguel face his punishment, but here in Sandrock, where he can face everyone he's wronged and atone for what he's done. Don't let him rot in a cell forever. Every fiber of my being is telling me that's not right.
I've seen it myself. He really has changed.
So even the builder agrees. I trust telling me this is a bad idea. I will cancel the transfer to Atara. We can supervise him for a little longer in Sandrock Prison, and then I will entrust him to you, Burgess.
You can count on me, Mayor Trudy. He'll be good. I'll vouch for him.
Look, we can't take this lightly. If I see any sign of him falling back into his old ways...
Then I'll take the responsibility.
Okay. For now, he'll work under you. The Civil Corps will come up with a plan for his punishment.
You can count on us, Trudy!
Prove to me that this isn't a bad idea. If there's anyone that can pull it off, it's you two. We'll make the preparations, and I'll make an announcement soon. Let's first try and get the groundwork set up quietly, so as not to make too many waves around town.
You got it, Mayor!
Right. For Grace. Yo. I do need to get more soy sauce. We're going to be letting Miguel out, Clary. It's fine. If he does something wrong again, we'll just beat him up a second time.
What a pleasant surprise. I did not expect to see you again before I left. Trudy has cancelled my transfer after everything I have done.
You'll be released soon and Burgess will supervise you.
He should not need to hold that burden. It is moving. Even after all I have done, for Sandrock to welcome me back, to open its arms in forgiveness.
Yeah, well, that's the village that you've tried to crush underfoot.
Perhaps I was wrong to be so bleak. There is good in man. Thank you for everything. I will pass the rest of my time in peace, and aim to do as much good as I can to pay back the second chance I have been given.
As long as you know and acknowledge that.
I look forward to my time under Burgess's tutelage. I believe there is much I can learn from him. Thank you again for everything.
Alright, alright. Grace? At least you're not on the train tracks, just standing like that. How many did I need? Just one more. Hey, what are you doing up there?
Howdy.
Alright, let's go see Ernest, and then back to the ruins. So that we can get the boots.
Hey there, Natara. Wow, thank you so.
Alright, first boss. broken. Getting less toughness is not good for us. Alright. Final boss. Who do we have? The VPs again. There we go. Victory. Oh, so easy. We had 10 minutes left on the clock. The VPs are the easiest bosses. Alright, let me claim my boots. Let's put on the boots. Now have a full set. I think the shop might be closed. I think it's until 8. Oh no, still open. Wonderful. Alright, let's head into bed, and with that, that'll be it for today's stream. Then the post-game stuff that might still appear will be for another stream. I'll probably just do one more stream for Sandrock. Oh.
Just did some housekeeping. The rooms need to be kept clean.
Alright, but with that, that is going to be it for today's stream. Let's see how many hours we have in the save file. 151 hours, 47 minutes. So it took around a bit more than 150 hours to get through the main story of the game. And then just a bit more to see what comes afterwards. Next time, as I said, a couple of post-game quests that will appear. I don't know. I haven't played any of them. Most of them were added with the full release, and they were not in the early access. Miguel's leaving jail was in the early access, but for example, the one with Mayor Gale from Portia about Ginger and her illness and talking to Fang, that was not in the early access. The invitation for Amira to take part in the festival over in Walnut Grove, I don't believe was in the early access either. So there's a couple of things. I also want to see if we can adopt or start the adoption for a child with Grace. Until then, I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day. You have a good weekend ahead of you, and take care. Thanks so much for tuning in, everyone. Bye!